Hello, this is going to be a tutorial on how to do door clip in Wind Waker HD speedrunning. This trick is one of the more finicky ones and it's a bit more complex, so definitely be patient with yourself and also be patient with the tutorial. I'm going to try and explain this as sort of practically and simply as humanly possible. But the way door clip works is essentially underneath this door there is a small door that we can't see that Nintendo have in the game. So with the right angle and the right speed of Link running against this area, he can actually clip through it and grab onto that invisible door, which then lets us get into the loading zone behind this big door here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come to this area, we're going to face the door and pull out our grapple hook, and we want this red dot to be around this area here. So you see how there's a dark shadow here and it kind of goes down this area. Anywhere approximately here, you're good to go. So I'm just going to put mine about here. And all we want to do here is a left side hop. So we've got the reticle in the right place, left side hop, and we've done the first bit already. Now the next thing we want to do is just a forward item slide. If you're feeling very comfortable with your item slides, I would recommend, just to keep in line with this door a bit easier, going very slightly left on your item slide and then very slightly down right on the ESS position. So for example, instead of going up and then holding down ESS, that wasn't even exact, but hopefully you can see what I mean on the stick input. Instead of going up and then slightly down, I try and go around here and then slightly down right here. This isn't essential, it will just make it a little bit more consistent. So if you feel uncomfortable doing the slightly left or you're not getting the item slides going, don't worry, just try and do the forward item slide. If you find you're having trouble with the forward ones and he's flicking off and not staying behind the door, then you can try and do it with the up slightly left, slightly down right ESS. But just find what's comfortable for you and see what works. There's no wrong way of doing it if it works for you. So yes, we get the red dot here, left side hop. I'm going to go forward item slide and I'm going to do it for 2 bobs, and then I'm going to go full up on the left stick and pause. So I'll show that now. I'm going to do a forward item slide, 2 bobs, full up and pause. Now you'll see what's happened is Link has dipped under that floor and the red dot has gone underneath the screen also. So you have done the entire first half of door clip already if you've gotten this far, so well done if you have. Hi, sorry, I had to restart the recording, but I've gotten to the same position. So once you've bobbed underneath the floor and the red dot has gone underneath the screen, we're going to keep holding full up on that left stick, and all we're going to do is, while still holding up on that left stick, we're just going to pause buffer until we see that the red dot goes from underneath the screen to going up behind the pause banner in the center of the screen there. So I'll pause buffer now. You see the red dot slowly coming up and it's now behind the pause banner. The next thing to do, now that we have the right amount of speed, is we're going to still hold up on that left stick. So we're going to hold there strongly. As well as this, we're going to hold ZL. So we're going to hold target, hold the stick up the entire time. Keep your fingers and your thumb on that. And unpause, still holding both of those inputs. And when we unpause, all we're going to do is, while still holding those 2 things, we're going to flick our right stick to the left as so. Just a flick like that. And I'll show you why we're going to do that. So I'll do that first. So we unpause, flick, and then we're going to gradually, slightly tap right on this right stick over and over again until Link moves from the current animation he's doing to a running forward animation against the door, because that is the animation we want to get, but we've got to get there very gradually. And I'll explain why in a second. So again, we're still holding target the whole time. We're still holding up on that left stick the entire time. And all we're doing is slightly tapping on that right stick at the same time. So we get Link, there we go, now he's running against this door. The reason we want to do this slowly is because we need him to be in this running animation, but we need him to be on the first input of that running animation, if that makes sense. We've clipped through. So we want it to be the first point in which he moves from the sideways animation to the running animation. If we go too far right too quickly, we might get the running animation, but it might be a case that he's not actually on the right angle to clip. So, for example, he could be running, but he could be running here. If you notice you've gone too far by tapping on the right stick and you think, oh, you're not sure, like if it is the right angle, you can slightly tap left on the right stick and just see and test it. See if he goes back to this side animation or if he's still running, if he, so basically just be at the first point of him running. Hopefully that makes sense. I know that can be a lot of information at once, so I'm just going to do it one more time, a bit faster now, but hopefully just to help you guys. So again, red dot in this area, left side hop, forward item slide for 2 bobs, followed by holding full up and pause buffering when he dips. So forward item slide, 2 bobs, full up, pause, he's dipping, pause buffer until we see the red dot, comes up, and behind that pause thing, still holding full up on that left stick. We're also going to hold full target, so we're holding 2 inputs now. When we unpause, tap left on the right stick, still holding the other 2 buttons, tap left, keep tapping slowly right, and get into the running animation. Again, as I was explaining, if you're not sure if you're on the right angle with the running animation, you can try and tap slightly left again and see there, he's still in the running animation. If he goes there, then we know he is just in the running animation in the right position. He's just about come off that side animation into the running one, as opposed to going too far right, if that makes sense, and he clips in. So that is door clip. Another few things I wanted to quickly mention before finishing this tutorial is when you go to do the dip, so you've done the forward item slide and then you dip, sometimes you'll find that instead of doing the dip, this reticle here will just kind of be, instead of going all the way down and underneath, you'll see it's just kind of bobbing here. If that happens, just cancel it and restart it, because it's very unlikely it's going to work, and you might have some sort of disastrous thing happen. You might fall underneath here and be down at the bottom of Forsaken Fortress again. Other things could happen. So essentially, if it's doing this and it's not one big dip when you're holding directly up, don't be afraid to reset it. It's a very small time loss, and it's just not worth it in my opinion. Another thing I wanted to mention is the cannons. So if you are in the middle doing this trick and you hear the cannon goes off and you see the red reticle kind of goes all which ways or goes somewhere, again, don't be afraid to reset the trick, because the cannons can mess up the trick sometimes. So just another thing to keep in mind there. It's preferable for them to not go off mid-trick, essentially. If they've gone off and you're already doing this running animation thing at the front, you're fine. But if you're still setting up the speed and the angle, you should probably reset it. Another thing I wanted to mention is the 2 different animations. So when he is doing this side thing here versus the running forward, when he's doing the side thing, he is actively losing speed. So if you found that you have too much speed in your animation, you can actually hold here for longer before transitioning to the running animation, to let Link drop some of that extra speed. Or if you think you've got low speed, you want to try and get out of this side animation a bit quicker and get him running quicker. So yeah, I'll do the trick once more just to show you guys. Again, it's not easy and I still fail it quite often, so be nice to yourselves, but it's definitely doable and it just takes a bit of getting used to. So again, red dot here in the shaded area, left side hop, forward item slide for 2 bobs, followed by full up and pause buffering. So forward item slide, 2 bobs, full up, the red dot drops, pause buffer. You see how that pause buffer was quite quick. The red dot went straight behind the pause banner. Now still holding up on the left stick, holding full target. We're going to hold both of those inputs the entire time, and we're going to tap left while still holding both of those inputs on the right stick. Tap left, he does the side animation. This is the one that makes us actively lose speed. We're going to gradually tap him into the running animation, and he clipped. And you see how he clipped very fast there, because I got into that running animation and he was at the correct speed, and he was also at the first input where he transitions from the side animation to the running animation. So yeah, that is door clip. Good luck. As I always say, you can post any questions you have in the comments. You can ask questions in the Windmaker HD practice Discord, which I will link in the description. But yeah, you've got this. I believe in you, and I hope this was hopefully simple and you guys can learn from it. So yeah, good luck. Goodbye.